Hello there, and welcome to Snap Together Saturday. As you may have gathered by the title of the stream and my advertisements to you, today I'm going to be building the Super Mini-Pla Daizujin. Only one part of it. You may know this as the original Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This guy. I actually have a built set of it, but it is taken a couple falls. I tried to custom paint it, and shit happened, and yeah, I'm just rebuilding it.
Sailor Zombie Esther. Hey. Verdict scribe. Hello there.
Hello there. Alright, so yes, SMP Daizyujin, again, I have built this before. I built it Christmas of 2020. Tried to custom paint it after that. Did not go great. Then it fell, and some pieces broke. The hand broke. My attempts to fix it did not go so well. I'm just gonna... So with the recent... I bought a second one, and then there's also been... Oh shit, my battery's about to die. Hang on. I didn't think to grab my battery pack. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I should have... The one thing I didn't prepare for. Ugh. 1 minute. Then I'll do my intro, and then I can get started. BRB... Turn off the... Okay, sorry about that. My laptop's battery was running out. So, yeah, it's a Megazord. I'm only going to be building Tyrannosaurus tonight. You know, the main one. This guy. You'll see it in my thumbnails. But I've gone ahead and I have taken the opportunity to pre-paint, silver paint the gray parts like I did on my first set. So... Sorry, out of package. I estimate this build to take me an hour or less, hopefully. So we'll see. In the meantime, I'm gonna pull up some YouTube to watch, and let's get this party started. I hope you like the view of my ceiling. Not what I'm trying to show you. I really regret getting a Surface instead of just like normal foldable laptop or something, a Ninja or something, whatever they're called. I don't know. Anyway, A, B, C, D, and E. Now, as the first Super Mini-Pla Super Sentai set. This is notably simpler than some of the later ones I've put together. Again, I'm already familiar with it because I've built it before, and I know it is rough. Where'd my stickers go? Shit. Well, I won't be using those, but I want to have them anyway. Well, I might be using them, I don't know. Part of my folly the first time around was trying to not use the stickers. This thing makes heavy use of stickers. We'll see what happens. So I'll probably avoid applying them right now, but then make a decision later. So let's get into it. Let me take the tape off of the masking tape off the parts that I masked. If I ever go out of frame, let me know. I should stay in frame, but you know, I'm not always looking right at the camera feed. So I made the mistake on my first time building this set of building it and then going back to paint it afterwards. The silver parts. Some parts are mushroom pegs, and they would not come off. So I took the liberty of painting them on the sprue, just to get that out of the way, covering the connecting areas so that they, don't add any friction to them. Because I think I had that problem with the first set as well. Anything here? No. Okay. All right, nippers, tweezers, markers will be over here. And I'm wearing my jacket because it's like 39 degrees here. It's pretty cold. My basement's not really heated, so yeah, deal with it. Let's pull out some YouTube. I don't want to watch. What's the beauty of retro Lego sets? That seems like a fun watch. Alright, put this over here.
So I've mentioned this on my channel before, but I'm always finding myself hyperfixating on various hobbies. And I found that these fixations usually have something to do with nostalgia. I'll admit it, nostalgia is like a drug to me at times. The cozy feeling of a simpler time is just impossible not to fixate on, especially as I get older. It's probably unhealthy, but I try to find some productivity in reminiscing, like making these videos, for example, or finding appreciation and love for said thing beyond it brings me back. But maybe it brings me back is what makes it so good on a deeper level. Anyways, enough preamble, you're here for Lego. Recently, I've been really into retro Lego sets. Lego is an awesome toy that promotes creativity and imagination just by existing. But more recently, Lego's focus on detail and ingenuity with their sets has left the sets themselves feeling stiff, in my opinion. They are undoubtedly way more impressive and beautiful sometimes, but there's an even stronger beauty in the way they used to structure their sets, in my opinion, at least. So let's go way back to basically the first Lego theme that really differentiated itself, Lego Space. These are pretty iconic nowadays. Lego just loves to reference these little dudes. And honestly, that's fine, because it kind of represents all the strengths with Lego's ability to theme their sets. They have a really simple color palette with the light gray and blue, making it easy to build your own cohesive additions to the theme. And they have a clear setting and quote-unquote story, while leaving the minor details up to the imagination. Like, there are a bunch of these little dudes exploring space, they have ships and bases and tools. Go crazy. Who do they encounter? Do these guys get along? What kind of adventures do they have? Well, that's up to me.
So where it could be...
Okay, still currently. The sets have this openness and playful simplicity. And isn't this direction of imagination exactly what Lego would want to promote? Like, even financially? It promotes building more sets. As you create stories, you'll need more ships, more things to create. Well, that's when you buy more Lego, kid. It's kind of a win-win. It helps kids flex their imagination while making Lego those sweet little 1x2 plate dollar bill pieces. And this was obviously very successful, and I'm just going to gush about it for a bit. I'll try to keep the themes I talk about in order of release to have a semblance of organization. Around the same time they made Classic Space, they started making Classic System Castle sets. Another perfectly vague idea, just some knights and some horses and some castles. These started introducing way more solid structures, sometimes even opening up and expanding. I just love how perfectly this theme worked within Lego. The bricks make the iconic medieval castle roof shape. Does that have a name? Or the little minifigures making perfect little knights. This iconic yellow set from 1978 is genuinely pretty impressive for the time. It feels like a real-ass castle, using these slope pieces at the bottom, the hinges on the corners, and the arch pieces to create perfect windows and doorways. It really holds up, especially for...
So we're starting off with the head, a good piece to start with. Always a good piece to start with. It is not very detailed.
Classic castle sets basically kept up with this quality up until like the early 2000s. The 90s had some really cool variations on the theme. I love the Fright Night sets. For one, they are almost painfully nostalgic for me. I remember having a few of these and always so captivated by the ambiance. The theming is just perfect. The gray, black, and red with translucent orange accents is just so cool. I mean, look at this set, like holy moly. There's so much to it, but it's still so simple at the same time. So many little nooks and crannies. I love the aesthetics of the boxes too. These retro-looking gradients are just so pleasing to the eyes. They complement the more rigid color palettes of a Lego set perfectly. And I love all the minifigures in these classic castle sets too. I still have quite a few of them, including our boy, Basil the Batlord. The classic Lego Dragon is also iconic. Makes for a good companion to our boy. Ninja has to be one of my favorites too. It's kind of this subgroup of castle. I loved the Ninja minifigures as a kid, and the sort of dark atmosphere these invoke is just mwah. It feels like a perfect companion piece to the castle sets. These 90s sets also introduced the absolutely iconic Lego skeleton. Actually, it may have not introduced him. That might have been the classic pirate sets. Speaking of, I love these pirate sets too. Once again, perfectly simple. Just some pirates and some piratey locations. I love these painted base plates with the little islands painted on them. And these pirate ships, holy moly, these are some of the most impressive builds of the time. It's kind of remarkable how fast LEGO fully understood the engineering and design language of their bricks. So much space for little pirates to scallywag and such. They even made Imperial Navy types to antagonize them.
Alright.
Possibly offensive islanders for the pirates to come across. Yay. These sets always felt like they were meant to be played with outside or like in a bathtub or something. As a kid, I loved adventure stories on ships, kind of like road trip style stories. So I would fawn over these big pirate ship sets and catalogs and magazines, thinking about all the space I could have telling these stories in my head. I also loved houses. I'm not sure how else to segue this. The last of the 4 LEGO Horsemen of Quality was the legendary and kind of vague-sounding Town theme. So Town kind of encompasses a lot of types of sets from back then, with a lot of minor themes sprinkled in. But it's basically just like real-world environments and playsets. As a kid, they were probably my favorite. I think these catered to a grounded imagination, letting you play out characters and lives within a kind of generic, vague IRL set piece. To tell more IRL stories, I guess. But not too vague. It's still usually a describable building or area the sets take place in. This set is a very good example of this, and just kind of a really cool set in general. It has this river base plate. Oh, wait, have I even mentioned the base plates? Something LEGO rarely, if ever, does anymore. They used to make these custom painted and molded base plates that added so much room and value.
I remember those. I've got some of those.
River going through it, and the build takes advantage of that to create this really believable mountainy scene around it. Something about the
that for the Rock Lord theme.
Makes me really happy.
Power miners.
It exists in this little corner of some big mountain. The little house and the car just complement the scene so well. It has so much character while being perfectly simple enough to let you do so much with it. I know some people might be like, okay, Don, calm down. It's just like a house and a bridge. But that's exactly why I love these. My brain is creating a scene that's probably way more pretty and serene, but the LEGO set is letting me do that. You know, using imagination. And speaking of aesthetics,
now let's build the chest.
Favorite themes is a
C1 and C2, C5.
I love this theme so much. For one, it was a really cool way to add a bit of femininity to LEGO. Not that they weren't playable by girls, but this theme embraced the pastel colors and pinks without being too pink-aisle, corporately girly, I guess. Something that LEGO would sadly lose very soon after this. And these just ooze personality and style. It may be a little much for some, but I just love how everything comes together. The pink and white with really harsh green accents of the palm trees and foliage. It's just all really effective. The light gray also helps solidify this very vapor wavy look. almost like they're these old Roman pillars, kinda. It's got a lot of horseback riding and big, luxurious houses, a very high-class vacation vibe, which I really, really like. Is it obvious that I really, really like it?
A little bit.
Puts me in a place, this weirdly deep-coated coziness and calm, a feeling I feel only works because of this simplistic look Lego has. This may seem all a little overdramatic for what essentially is Lego Miami Vice, but I don't know, I couldn't knock this really potent happiness that these aesthetics were creating in my head. If this was a marketing strategy by Lego, then wow, that's kind of scary how deep-seated the marketing can be. And it worked because I kind of own a few of these now. I sort of made my own mock using the Poolside Paradise set, and I like how it came out. Town is technically still a thing to this day, but it's kind of
Now we
scattered
get to the
across
okay
vague
B5.
themes. I'll get into that in a bit. Classic Town just kind of represents Lego at its best, in my opinion, setting a stage for your creativity and letting you take over the rest, giving you complete freedom to explore that creativity. And I mean, who didn't want their own Lego town to play in? It was always this like pipe dream of mine. So while Lego kind of dominated the market with these 4 themes, they did get a little wacky and silly and try some other things. The first one seems to have been Aquazone, an underwater theme, but
Love
definitely
Aquazone.
more fantastical than just normal submarines and fish. Lots of translucent
I had that submarine.
colors, yellow juxtaposed to black, really helps sell the bright colors of undersea life. And surprise, I loved these as a kid too. The aesthetics are just
I have that submarine he's showing on screen. I know you can't see, but I have it.
in that department? Well, kinda. If I'm being honest, some of these designs get a little too wacky. Also, they start to blend together with later space sets. Like, this could easily be some alien insectoid spaceship thing. It's a balancing act, because these sets also gave us Lego sharks. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. While these are weird and neat, this theme kind of feels expected, right? An underwater exploration theme feels perfectly in line with the other major themes at the time. But the next theme ain't so typical. Time Cruisers was very, very strange. But I can't help but respect and sort of love its weirdness. This is one of the first instances Lego tried to tie a theme to kind of a bigger property. This had a comic, a German radio show thing, characters, plot, sorta. Honestly, it's in some ways just Back to the Future light, but it has a lot of unique ideas going on. The builds are ridiculous, but have a lot of cool function, especially for the time.
Okay, but the Tyrannosaurus
Some
arms
take
in
elements from
here.
a lot of different themes at the time, giving it a kind of crossover vibe, which is fitting considering the Time Cruiser gang is traveling to all these different eras. This theme gets a lot of shit for feeling like recycled parts Lego threw together, but honestly, if that was a
E3.
necessity, what a creative way to do it. I kind of respect the theme even more knowing that. The fact that Lego got a lot of use out of these weird pieces and builds is kind of really impressive. And while the storyline and characters are laid out for you, the scenarios and settings are very much not. This era of theming is honestly some of Lego's best attempts at a balancing act between story and imagination, giving cohesive character and theming for kids who want that without jeopardizing the toy itself. Time Cruisers could be going to any one of your other sets, interacting with any one of your other minifigures. It encourages you to use your imagination and bring these dudes and their monkey around the Lego universe.
Once we
Time
put
Cruisers is
the
neat. The builds are quirky, obviously, and I don't think it would have worked any other
13,
way.
and 9.
Anyways, let's talk about Johnny Thunder. The Adventurers theme may be one of the most legendary
Which one's
of
B?
all Lego's catalog. And like Time Cruisers, it's
This is D,
basically
this one's
just
B.
another
This one,
iconic
okay.
80s movie recolored. Can you guess what it's based on?
Indiana Jones.
Rock. They are so much fun and have a lot of awesome detail and play features. The first wave of sets were all Egyptian themed, spawning probably one of the most sought after retro Lego sets, the Temple of Anubis. And I mean, come on, look at this thing. It's so cool. It has so much going on. I know I keep saying this, but I used to gawk at this in magazines and catalogs for hours. I wanted it so bad. It felt so grand and imposing. I honestly still really want it. Too bad it's like $1 million on the aftermarket. Hooray. Adventures went on to have a few other waves revolving around different types of adventures, but I think the Egyptian one is still the best one. It just really gives a lot to
13.
work with using very little. Another hugely popular theme was Rock Raiders. I definitely missed the boat on this one. I think something about the aesthetics didn't jive with child me. That being said, I am not child me anymore, and these sets are very
Chat works.
I highly recommend checking out RR Slugger's videos about this theme.
Have you been sending messages that didn't work? That didn't go through? That's the only one I see.
Sailor Zombie Esther. Not sure why my keyboard didn't want to type earlier, but it's working now.
Okay, well that's good then. Hope everything's all sorted out.
Sailor Zombie Esther. Metu.
Metu. Alright, here's one that gave me trouble before. I have a yellow marker, don't I? Mecha yellow. So it's the middle stripe. Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay, that's pretty good. Definitely better than my last attempt at this piece. Let that dry. I'll give it another shot. Okay. And that goes in the chest.
He's super thorough and just infectiously passionate about it. He's kind of the inspiration for this video and its style. Rock Raiders is a great example of a theme that has a perfect amount of story. A bunch of guys need crystals to power their ship, so they start mining on a foreign planet. You got the main cast, but that's kind of it. The theme came out in tandem with a Rock Raiders video game, which I haven't touched, but I'm told is a pretty decent little RTS. Maybe I'll play it one day, who knows. I think the colors help sell this theme for me. The vibe is a little dreary.
Okay, then the head cover.
Yellow and the old gray just looks so good, and the way everything seems decently functional helps a lot with selling its setting. I know people really put this theme on a pedestal, and I can kind of see why. There are a ton of other themes I could talk about in this video. Ice Planet is very cool too, but I'd be going on a long time. 90s LEGO sets are some of the most iconic and just so lovable for so many reasons, but it doesn't help that this was kind of the beginning of the end for this era of LEGO. In 1999, a certain property had a licensing agreement with LEGO that changed a lot. Along with
Star Wars.
Right at the turn of the millennium, LEGO dove head first with Bionicle, which also changed a lot. LEGO seemed dead set on making sure everything had a tie-in to some other media. And honestly, that's
Okay, let's build some legs.
There are and have been outliers. Castle did go on into the 2000s, but kind of evolved into this more Power Ranger-y, story-focused theme with Knight's Kingdom. And Pirates had a one-off wave every once in a while. And don't get me wrong, there have been some super cool themes in the last decade or two with insanely inventive builds, but it's almost fundamentally a different direction and purpose than it used to be. So let's play a fun comparison game. So in 2023, LEGO has a lot of themes on store shelves, but let's subtract anything that isn't licensed by another company or broader concepts like architecture or ideas or something. So basically that leaves us with Monkey Kid, Ninjago, Speed Champions, Friends, and City. City and Friends are the closest thing we have to classic town feel. but something about them just feels off. I don't know what it is, but it just has a different vibe. Maybe it's nostalgia talking because the city sets can be really fun and really cute, but I don't know. It doesn't help that what are essentially town sets are now also 3-in-1 creator sets and sometimes idea sets. And now you have modular buildings, which basically are town on steroids, and now there are modular buildings in Marvel sets, but those modular buildings aren't compatible with city buildings. Friends has some cool sets too, but they always feel a little half-assed in my opinion, like they're kind of half-complete. The colors are nice though, I guess. Monkey Kid and Ninjago are the closest thing we have to classic Rock Raiders adventure style sets. But unlike those old sets, these are way more focused on being attached to their properties, and that properties other forms of media. Both those themes were made with a TV show in mind, basically making them glorified license themes in a way. They probably have way more freedom to create beyond the source material compared to like Star Wars, even though I feel the LEGO sets should be the source material, but whatever. I don't know, man, something about these sets feels so different. It's not about being a vague idea anymore.
And then
it's about selling you on the
B11.
characters in the show. Compare this to something like
It's a
Rock
shin
Raider.
piece.
It'd be easy to expand and add to a Rock Raider set. Follow the color scheme, use your imagination, and make something you feel would be in lore. I feel a set like this, or this, would be very hard for a kid to add to. And while you can play with that playset or toy any way you see fit, the unique aspect to LEGO was the ability to expand beyond the set or function of the set itself, create stories detached from its established lore. That's why those old
And
sets
a black stripe
fit
down the
so
leg.
great. And you can do that, but I'd argue that
Shit,
tying a
that's
theme
way
to
too
a
much paint
TV
bleed.
show immediately is kind of guiding a kid into playing with the toys in a way that fits their established brand.
You must build a stake drop.
Plus, look at these sets. They feel more like display pieces rather than toys. And I get that with LEGO, some buyers view them as toys, some don't.
A6,
Kids.
A7,
There's a balance, I
C9.
feel, and I won't pretend all the Monkey Kid / Ninjago sets
This
are
was one of the
that,
pieces I lost
though
on my
I
first
do
build.
feel some of the flagship sets and their waves really don't have that balance. It's way closer to an awesome collector's piece rather than an imaginative toy, especially when considering the price of these. Like, jeez.
Oh,
And am I
B6 and
crazy,
A5.
or do Ninjago and Monkey Kid kind of blend together sometimes? Like, you want a mech / weapon-laced vehicle theme? Well, you're in luck, because that's both of them. LEGO's focus in terms of theming these days is much more into designer models and licenses. of course.
B15.
Sometimes combining them for really bad results. Oops. Which, don't get me wrong, is a smart direction. A lot of people who are my age, who have a strong connection to these old LEGO sets that I just gushed your ear off about, still buy LEGO sets because of this shift. If they still made sets like Time Cruisers, I don't think its seasoned audience would be buying them. These designer, hyper-detailed models is working very well, and it's an impressive, classy look for LEGO, but I feel the intense, detail-oriented direction bleeds into themes like Monkey Kid and Ninjago, which I feel should be filling a similar purpose to those older, broader, imagination-forward themes, because without them, we got kind of nothing. That element of LEGO's design philosophy that I spent so much time gushing about is more or less disappearing. Well, besides
B6.
the 3-in-1 sets, they don't even have alternate builds anymore. It's not even really trying to encourage kids to make something original with them. You could argue being a building system toy like LEGO inherently encourages that. But I don't know. I kind of feel when it's so tied to an established IP, show, or whatever, it doesn't. It does the opposite. But I'm sure many of you are going to start typing, what about the 90-year anniversary sets? Oh, you want me to get into that too, huh? First, let me just say this. I do like modern LEGO. I'm trying to make that abundantly clear. The good modern sets are kind of beautiful and insanely impressive. Did I already say that? That was extremely evident when I built the new Galaxy Explorer set last year. This set was genius, and you could just smell the passion ruminating from it. Even as someone born probably 20 years
See if I can
too
do
late
this
to grow up with any classic
very
space
carefully.
set, this set felt nostalgic, but not once did it feel as if it was being held back by that fact. It's kind of like the perfect LEGO set. Is that overzealous? I don't care. This set rocked my socks. But it's kind of the only 90-year anniversary set I like. Actually, wait, I like that creator set. It has a Paradiso reference. The others, well, The Lion Knight's castle is really neat, but is also $500. So yeah, next. The other two were Forest Hideout and Blacktron Cruiser. Both... gift
Oh
with
shit, I didn't mean to leave that
purchases.
uncapped.
Okay, I'll make this quick because it's kind of off topic. The gift with purchases are exclusive timed releases that LEGO gives you if you reach a certain threshold on LEGO's website. The threshold is usually somewhere between like 100 and 200 bucks, which, let's be real, isn't a lot for LEGO standards these days, but is a lot for like normal human life standards. And truthfully, the idea of gift with purchase isn't terrible, but the way it's being played out feels just so calculated and devious. You think it's a coincidence it's timed? It doesn't have to be. You could just buy these on the shelf if they wanted you to, or that they're specifically using sets that cater to a market who know the aftermarket better than any other customer. It's almost like they're trying to create some kind of fear
Trying
of
to get my
missing
Steam
out.
Deck to play
That'd be
3DS
fun
games
if
so
we
I
had
can
like
play
an
my 3DS
acronym or
games
something for
portably.
that. And what
The
a little thing
3DS
that
is already portable. That's the whole point. Is your 3DS not working?
Sailor Zombie Esther. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
You just don't want to carry the 3DS around, don't you? I guess. Is what I'm getting from this.
Sailor Zombie Esther. No, it's working fine. But I must cram every game on my backlog into one device and then still never play them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I tried to do with Plex for my media content. Look where that's gotten me. I have to clean that up later, aren't I? I can get that out carefully, yeah, okay. Should probably not have tried to paint that on the sprue, or just not on stream, I don't know. It came out better than my last attempt, at least. I'll give it that. Let's build the other leg.
It's targeting this towards fans that respect your legacy. I've seen people say LEGO makes super duper expensive Star Wars sets because they know they can suck Star Wars fans dry. And I can totally see that, and kind of think LEGO's based for doing that. But now LEGO is sucking their own fans dry. A gift with purchase seems devious when the gift can't be bought otherwise. It just feels like a bribe with purchase. And of course, they're doing that with Bionicle soon, so like no retro LEGO fan is safe anymore. While I don't
Fuck
think
you, LEGO.
LEGO is trying to erase or hide their legacy per se,
I think it
it
just
does
comes
feel like
down
they're
to new
respecting.
things requiring a lot of emotional energy I just don't fucking have right now. Whereas the old things are familiar and can't hurt me again.
I don't have a good response for that.
Sailor Zombie Esther. I don't have a good response either.
That should be everything. This in the foot.
For their legacy is limited. I don't doubt the designers love the company's legacy. I mean, if that Galaxy Explorer set is anything to go off of, these guys are hyper nerds for this shit. But the business side, yeah, they want to move forward. But you know, nostalgia sells, so let's take advantage of that, I guess. I don't want to get too distracted to what this video is about. Retro Lego sets are so cool, and I almost have more appreciation for it than I did when I was a kid. Everything about its design philosophy to its art direction is just
My black
so
marker go.
wonderful. And I'll be honest, it's been a blast to
There it is.
hyperfixate on it. You know, I've been trying to write a script about retro video games for months now, but I feel it always comes off so cynical
Too
every
much.
time I write something. It feels like the main talking point about that collecting market is just how horribly toxic it is. But this script has come way more naturally.
I need to clean that marker off. That's... Oh shit, I'm bleeding. Or my marker is bleeding. That's an air bubble. No, sorry. I'm not bleeding. My marker is just way too much ink. Paint. Sorry to, I realized that came out wrong. I'm bleeding. No, I'm not bleeding. My marker is bleeding paint. Way too much paint. So I just wanted to clean that up a bit.
Sailor Zombie Esther. Glad you're not hurt.
I mean, if I was, it wouldn't be the first time, but no, not this time. Okay, that's both legs done.
While there are plenty of insane resellers of Lego and weirdly gross profit-focused people, for the most part, it's rewarding and fun.
Let's build the abdomen and legs.
Especially when considering you can just source the
Or and tail,
pieces of
rather.
sets sometimes pretty easily on like Bricklink. It helps create a way more relaxed marketplace, in my opinion. A breath of fresh air, in a way. It's a subset of nostalgic childhood memories that I can confidently still have so much respect towards. Even more respect in a way. The fact that a toy can be so healthy to a child's creativity is invaluable. It's why I appreciate Lego still being a kid's product. I'm glad parents can enjoy it with their kids now, but I don't want to lose that vital detail that made Lego so good back in the day. The invitation to just imagine. I think most of us grew up with Lego, right? So what's your favorite Lego set as a kid? Or what Lego set did you just stare at a store for an unhealthy amount of time, just imagining all the fun you could have with it if your parents were wealthy enough to afford it as a Christmas gift? Or something of that nature, I don't know. Until next time, friends.
I'm not sure what that is actually for. The tail doesn't plug in there. I guess that's just for a stand. There's nothing attaches to that. Okay. Let's paint those. One advantage I have over that I didn't have when I first tried to build this set is I now have these paint markers, which are much superior to the spray paint I was using, or the acrylic paints I was using the first go around. So that's nice. Just look at that, I'm basically done here. I'm gonna allow myself more time, whatever. So I was only gonna build the one, so I'm only gonna build the one, especially because if I did build another, I'd still have to wait for the. Because I have to pre-spray paint the gray parts silver, so I can't build another one tonight. I didn't allocate for it. I will not be streaming next week. Next Saturday, I'll be busy. So the next free build will be on the 11th of February. This will be the next Snap Together Saturday. Unless I choose to yank it to, well, no, can't yank it Friday. Okay. Then attach this to the waist. Oh, there's a sticker that's supposed to go there. Did not like the sound of that. Is that supposed to be green? Yes, okay. And there we have it. Guardian Beast Tyrannosaurus. What about the last piece? Guardian Beast Tyrannosaurus. Centerpiece of the Daizyujin, aka the original Megazord. Nothing much to say about it. The legs bend. You know, it's got feet and knee, hips go outwards, arms up and down. Head can't do jack shit. The robot head can move left to right, but it is actually separate assembly. So to transform it, actually, instead of just folding down on the chest, it's too small for that. So you pull the head off, pull this chest piece off instead of just opening a compartment. You gotta pull it all off and then stick it inside the torso here. Just put it in there. Doesn't rotate down, doesn't pivot down, just tap in there, fold the arms up. And like that. And the horns would come out. And you have Daizyujin. Well, the Tyrannosaurus and Daizyujin form. Obviously, the Triceratops and Saber-Tooth Tiger will form the legs, the Mastodon will form the arms, and the Pterodactyl will form the chest. But this is the one set. So that's it for tonight. 0 sticker build. I will clean up the paint on my own time, and we'll see how that goes. As I said, no stream next week. No Snap Together build next week because I'll be celebrating a friend's birthday. So I'll resume that on February 11th with the... I'm going to do Mastodon, or the Mammoth and Pterodactyl Pteranodon together. And then the following week, I will do the Triceratops and Sabertooth together. That'll be how I break this up. So, hope you all had a great time. Thank you for coming out. I will see you next 2 weeks. Well, I'll see you tomorrow for Kamen Rider Blade. Next Friday for free to play Friday. Might be able to finish up Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not sure. It's 1 or 2 more places. I'm just not sure how much is left. Not 100% sure how much is left. Then, of course, we'll take it from there. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thank you for coming out. Stay warm. Stay awesome. Turn this off. Yeah.